Greetings, everybody. This is going to be our happy hour guidance live with me, Walu. Greetings. I hope everybody's doing well. This Friday evening. So, all right, I have a list of names of those of you that paid for your questions to be answered, to receive your guidance, your clarity. All right, so yeah, it's going to be in the exact order as I received the messages. I have a couple of people from last week because, as you guys know, I wasn't able to do my happy hours last week. So those names will carry over to this week. Okay, and then everyone that paid this week in the exact order, it will be applied on the list. Okay, so if you want to know where you're at, check the list. If you're watching the live and you're just peeking in and you want to know where you're at, it's okay. You can ask me. Just out of respect, do not come on the live asking any questions if you guys have not purchased a reading or a message rather. And also as well, I'm not receiving any more submissions. It should say that on the thumbnail of this video. It should say submissions are closed. Okay, if you guys paid after the submissions were closed this morning, I shut them down at 7:20 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So if you submitted a question after that, your name will be on next week's list. I do not do refunds on any of my services, you guys. So just keep that in mind. Your name will definitely be on the next week's list, okay? And before I start this live, I would just like to pray over the readings. Rather, I don't like calling readings. This guidance is the messages from the Most High God. I ask that this reading be sealed and divinely protected and covered, Heavenly Father, from any outside interferences and forces, any type of deceptive energies or spirits. Anyone that is not here with good intentions, please escort yourselves off of the live. I cast out any spirits of deception, whispering spirits, false guidance, false information, false visions, and I call to the Most High God to only imprint on my heart, my tongue, and my ears, and my mind's eye only what it is that you wish for me to express, how you wish me to express it. And may I only hear your voice only, may I only see what it is that you want me to see. And I also ask that anyone here that is receiving a message that you also protect and seal any projections from what their heart wants or what they think the reading or the message should be, rather the guidance should be for them, that they have the ears to hear you, the heart to receive you, and the mind to understand what you are saying through the messages, God. I thank you for your loving guidance. And let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. Greetings, Bianca. All right, Miss Gia. Timestamp for Miss Gia. All right, what advice does your ancestors or the divine have for you when it comes to your healing? Okay. When it comes to letting go and moving on. God, what message do you have for Gia? Okay. There's some things, that God is saying that you're not ready for just yet. So, you might tell yourself this. I would more so say, rather, that you feel greetings. I would more so say Saturn greetings. I would just more say that how I'm getting it is like, I feel like the energy, like what God's saying is like you're being given something that you're not ready for the task just yet. So it could be like you're asking for healing, you're asking for ways or methods to move on and move forward, but you're not ready to receive it yet. It's almost like you feel like you're incapable of being at the state where you feel like you want to be, but there's a part of you that's rejecting it, if that makes sense. The first step to your healing is to be receptive and be accepting of what is, if that makes sense, or what has happened, which is not always the easiest task, um, when it comes to like healing, and for us to like, especially if it's something that hurt us, it's not easy to just accept, okay, this happened. This is how I feel. It's not always easy. I'm hearing rationalize or over rationalize. You may want things to like sprout forth quickly. Like you want things to happen. Um, because I see a rocket ship. So the rocket ship is like flying, like shooting up in the sky, and it's like you may want things to happen very rapidly, but Spirit is saying to take your time with yourself. The first step to healing again is to put yourself in a position of receptivity. Being receptive and sensitive, I'm hearing. Being sensitive to spirit, I'm hearing. Be sensitive to spirit. And I feel what that means, like, being sensitive to spirit is like being in a place of, because it's like you have to be in a presence of solitude, or being in the energy of solitude, and just being, so that you can feel, so that you can hear, so that you can sense the spirit and the presence of God. Like to feel the spirit, you have to be in that type of state of just open to the sense. So when you're open to that presence, Spirit's gonna give you the clarity that you need when it comes to your healing. But the first step um, is to be receptive. Your energy, you have to be receptive. You have to actually be ready within self, because you could want something, you could ask for something, even if it's of your highest good, even if it's healing. But if you're not ready for that, because it's like some tasks that you feel like you can't do, or you're not capable of, or you question whether you can handle it or whether it's feasible, Spirit is saying you have to work on receptivity and being present, like being still in the presence and the spirit of the Most High, being present with God, so that Spirit can speak to you and guide you through your healing process. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for you. I hope that made sense. Okay, and going to move on to Keon. All right, Keon, your question was, when will you meet your soulmate, and who will your soulmate be? It's possible that I don't get timing. I seen a calendar like flipping itself open, um, and it landed on in May. So it's a possibility that it could be May, but I don't um, like giving dates and stuff like that, because our free will can play a role in it, or other factors can play a role in timing. So I don't want to set that firmly, but that is what I'm being shown. Um, could be Taurus season as well. And God, if this is not right, correct me. But that is what I'm seeing. Um, it could be something that you're doing right now that's going to lead to that specific time or season. It does not have to be May of next year. It could be May of another year. It could be, you know what I mean? So just keep that in mind. Um, okay. That came through pretty clear. Who will your soulmate be? Okay, well, this is like real basic, but this is just what I'm seeing. Um, this person has really long arms and really long legs. So whether they're male or female, I don't know what the gender that you're into. I'm being shown a woman, they almost look kind of I'm getting, it looks like a, and this could be metaphors because I'm being just shown like pictures. So as a metaphor, they could have like a physique that's like model type, but I'm seeing a woman for some reason. They're very tall. They have really long arms and really long legs. Um, their style, it comes across as like chic. This person's wearing like a black and white outfit, so it looks like they're wearing like a black and white dress or something with suspenders. It gives me kind of like how do I explain it, posh, I don't know, that's how I would call it, posh. um I'm seeing like a mocha colored skin tone. um mm, I can't take this picture out of my mind's eye. Like, this is just what I'm seeing. So, um, it's a woman, but it doesn't have to be. That could be a metaphor for something. This person could be very, very into their looks and their style. They could take care of themselves. If they're not a woman, most definitely they could be someone that just like takes a lot of care of themselves. Um, But yeah, the biggest thing that stands out to me is their height. They have really long arms. They're thin, like I guess they would be what you would consider to be skinny. Really long legs. They dress really nice. It's simplistic though. It's like very like type like simple attire. So the woman that I'm being shown in my mind's eye, she, like I said, she has like on a, looks like a black dress or black skirt, but it's like a white button up long sleeve shirt underneath it with stockings and heels. So very almost business attire in a way. This was the first thing that came to my mind's eye. So if it's not a woman, apply it as a male, but for some reason I'm being shown a woman. So, yeah. All right. Okay. Hope that resonated with you at least, or gave you some type of confirmation. Um, yeah, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel comfortable with giving time frames and stuff like that, but it did pop up. I did see a calendar and it was like pages moving, like flipping, and it landed on the month of May. So I'm just going with what I was showing. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to Miss Bianca, which is 13:30. Okay. All right, Miss Bianca. How does this person feel about your situation since you've unfriended them? First thing I heard was curious. So this person is curious about you. They're curious about where you both stand. I feel like this person has been watching you, but they're not ready to approach you, or um, they don't really plan to at this point, like right now. It's more so, I'm seeing a man biting his nails, so it's more so like anxiety or just like something holding them back within themselves. So I feel like where they're at is kind of like just staying put where they're at and being curious and kind of being nosy. This person does feel the withdrawal from you. Um, and it's piking them to, like, their curiosity more. But I don't feel like this person is ready to um, approach the situation or say anything or take any type of initiative, at least right now. Yeah. Um, second guessing themselves, I'm hearing. It's just, I get like an energy of nervousness from them. Um, that's what I'm getting with that. Okay. Your second question, why does your coworker or any other coworkers treat you differently, or is it in your head? I don't feel like it's in your head. Um, the way that you might be perceiving it a little bit could be like you add in your own spin on it, or like your own perception based off of um, just personally how you feel, more so about yourself, I'm hearing. But this person, I don't know why I'm seeing, it looks like a man in an apron or something. Um, I get some type of jealousy or something, but it's like they don't know why. It's weird. Okay. It's like hateration, but they don't know why. It's like they look at you. You know how some people, this is just what I'm saying, like some people will look at a person and be like, oh, that um, you could be really smiley, or you could have like an upbeat personality, or you could just be like quiet off to yourself but really kind to people, and they'll look at you like in a hateful way because it's almost like you're not acting like drama filled, or it's something to do with your character. How do I explain it? It's like very subtle. Like they don't even know why. They don't know why. It's weird. I don't know why I'm seeing a man in an apron and he's like looking at you from behind and like with his nose up. Like it's like hates. That's what I'm seeing. Um, it's very subtle. Like to the point like they don't know why they're like this. There's no reason for them to um have this type of jealousy or hateration is the best way I can put it. It's just like um they just, yeah, it's weird. On a deeper level though, that to me is like more so like spiritual. If a person doesn't like you for no apparent reason, it's usually something deeper. You know, certain people radiate certain type of energies and some people sense that, and like it irks their spirit because it's almost like they feel intimidated by you. And you could be very kind and a peaceful energy. You don't have to be like outspoken, extroverted for people to be intimidated, but something about your energy. For some reason, I'm just seeing like this male very strongly. It's a male energy, but it doesn't mean that it can't be women involved, but that's what I'm getting. It's like a subtle hate, a subtle jealousy. Um, I'm not getting that there's any, like, you're not giving them any reason to act like that, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's interesting. So, yeah, since you're on here, let me know if that makes sense, because that's weird. Yeah. Okay, so, where are we at? Hannah. Mm, you're welcome. No problem. All right, Hannah, you want to know whether or not this person has truly changed, or is it just game, the same situation again? Okay. Mm, okay. I'm seeing like a couple that's on a beach. So I feel it's kind of like a honeymoon type phase energy. Like it feels good um, right now, or um, they feel good right now within the connection to where they feel like it's comfortable, it's pleasing to them now. But it's like there's deeply rooted things that are not being addressed, so it's kind of like that's a cycle that's repeating because it's like the things that are there. It's okay, the best way that I can explain it, and this happens a lot in connections, this feels like a cycle of repetitive things. um I feel like this person, it's like a cycle. So like they'll be in a honeymoon phase where you guys are good with each other at the time, and you guys are enjoying each other's company. You like to spend time together, and then it's like it sweeps over the deeply rooted issues as to why the cycle is continuing, because it's like overlooking it because of the good feelings of the now. So this cycle, um, and I think I said this in your last message when you asked about this person. If I'm not mistaken, this energy feels familiar, but it's a cycle that's repeating for a reason, and you both have to be in a position of wanting to like really do the work. So it's like something that's underneath the surface. I keep hearing deep rooted. So it's something underneath the surface that's being glossed over whenever it's like things are good between the two of you, or you guys are cordial or something. Instead of, even when you guys are not romantically involved, like when you guys are in a good place, it's like this deeply rooted thing is being overlooked. And that's what needs to be addressed because it's causing a cycle to repeat itself again. So whether that it be that you guys come together on a romantic level or it's co-parenting, that deeply rooted thing still needs to be addressed because it's causing a cycle to repeat itself. Um, yeah, because that was the first thing, Spirit. I was shown a couple like sitting under a palm tree. It looked like real paradise, like they just chilling. Everything's cool, but there's something that's deep that's not being addressed. So, um, I feel like you know what that is, or you'll have to really like go within to feel into, okay, well, what is the main rooted issue between the two of us, and what am I doing to shift that, and what are they doing to shift that, or what do I need to do in order to shift that, and what can they do to shift that, and are we both willing to do that? Because it's something that's there, like it's subtle, but it's not. It's like it's just almost like, oh yeah, we know it's there, but you know we're good right now, so that should just go away, or it should just be a non-factor. But no, it needs to be addressed. It's like you got to pull this weed up from under the ground, or it's just going to keep growing and it's going to affect all the other plants in the gardens. You got to pull it up out of the root, from the root. So that's what I'm seeing. That's the best way that I can describe that. What Spirit's showing me. Okay. Um, so yeah, I hope that that resonated with you. It makes sense. Brings you some clarity. And then I'm going to move on to Miss Ashley L. Because I have two Ashleys. So Ashley L. Let's get to yours. Okay. Alright, so this girl that you were shot with just kind of just disappeared in the wind. Um, First thing I hear is protection. Um, I felt I'm not getting anything necessarily bad about this person, but I just feel like Spirit was protecting you because it might have not been exactly what you're truly desiring or asking for in a connection, or that person wouldn't be able to provide that to you. Um, so it's almost like Spirit removed that person out of the way. Um, how is this person feeling now? I feel like this person kind of felt a little off guard. So it's kind of like this person was not prepared or they were not ready. Like, I'm being shown a scenario, like a scene of two people interacting, and it kind of feels like this person is not comfortable in their own skin or they were just caught off guard. Um, yeah, it's just kind of like they didn't know what to do with the interaction or do with the connection itself. It seemed like this person was misplaced or kind of like they weren't. Basically, what I'm getting, like on a deeper level, you and this person, there was some type of exchange, there was some type of chemistry enough, but it wasn't enough to sustain something that you truly desire, truly want. I don't feel like this person will be able to give that to you. So I'm not getting anything bad. It's just kind of like this person, they don't seem like they're really secure within themselves. That's what I'm getting from that. Like, either they're not secure within themselves just as a person in general, or when it comes to love, or just, I just get like this person's energy is like unsure. I don't know how to explain it. They come across as kind of young, or maybe it could be a metaphor that this person is just immature in love, but they come across as very like kind of youthful in a way, kind of bashful or shy, but I'm getting it's more so of a metaphor. Like this person is kind of, they're not secure within themselves, if that makes sense. Okay. I hope that um, makes sense to you. How I'm, how I'm explaining it, because I'm not using cards. No, that's another thing too. I don't know if everybody knows that purchase, but I stated Sunday that I would not be using my cards. At least for right now, I'm not being led to use them anymore in any of my guidances or anything. Just completely just me and God is how I've been doing my readings. So, um, Spirit speaks to me in different ways, and I'm being shown scenes and like visions and clips of things and stuff like that. So I'm just going off of what Spirit's showing me. So the some of the things that I'm seeing, they're more metaphoric. They're not literal always. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so Miss Monica, I don't know if you're on here or not, but Miss Monica, I did not receive any questions from you, like in your notes, and I didn't get an email or anything from you. So, um, if you're on here, let me know. If not, I'm gonna have to skip you for now. If you happen to come on, you're welcome, Ashley. If you're on, Monica, let me know. If not, I'm gonna have to like skip you for now. And if you missed the live, I'm gonna have to put you on next week, because I didn't receive any questions from you in the note section of your payment. So um, gonna move on to Miss Marie for now. All right, Miss Marie, let's get into your message. Oops, sorry for shaking the table. Okay, Michelle, shaking the table. Okay, you want some guidance and advice about a connection that you have with this person. Um, you feel very drawn to this person, and they are not your usual type. That is interesting. That is something when a person is not your type, but you feel drawn to them. Um, Let me get out of my own way, because, like, you know, me off top, like, to me, that's like a sign to kind of like move towards something. If it's not something you usually go for, it's almost like your spirit telling you to be open minded, like try out the new, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna consult God and see what the spirit has to say for you in regards to this person. I'm being shown two people at the altar. I'm gonna be honest. I see two people. It looks like a couple, that's like looks like more so like they're taking pictures after their wedding, like they've already did the, you know, already went through the process. So I'm seeing a couple. I'm going to explain the couple that I'm seeing in my mind's eye. I'm seeing a woman. She looks like she has an afro, like her hair is like naturally curly or something. It kind of looks kind of brown, like a light brown, almost auburn color. And the man, and she looks fair skinned. And the man that I'm seeing, he looks darker skinned, and he's like kind of he looks like a base I always say baseball player. Some baseball players are thick, but I'm getting like a football player thick. Not too big, but I'm saying like he looks like a football player size or something. That could just be a metaphor, but for some reason the woman is fair and the man is darker skinned, so that could be some type of duality. It doesn't have to be literal. But they're celebrating their wedding. So it's interesting. Spirit, can you expand on that? Now I'm seeing a baby. I don't know. This is weird. This is interesting. I see a little baby. They look like a little boy, like months old, like crawling age, fair skinned. This is weird. I don't know why I'm seeing this. Um, I want to make sure this is what I'm seeing, God. I cast out any false images, false imaginations. Please confirm this what I'm seeing. It's something, if it's not this man, then he's gonna, like, by you moving towards him is gonna lead you to your mate, lead you to a place of marriage. Because what I'm seeing is all these pictures of marriage and family, and the next vision that I was just shown was a couple, like it looked like a cruise ship or something. So if it's not this person, definitely they're leading you to your husband, your one. If it's not this person, especially if they're the one that I described and that's a little scary, then I would say, you know, be open to that. And I have to be careful because I don't like prophesizing about dates and timing, and then especially when it comes to love and babies and stuff like that, because I have to be careful because that's something a lot of people put a lot of heart into, a lot of hopes into, and then if it doesn't come out exactly how they wanted it to or at the timing they wanted to, then they'll call bullshit and they be coming at you and all that. So I have to be careful. But this is what I'm being shown. Like, this is what I'm seeing. It looks like two people getting married. Like, they've already went through the process. They're celebrating. And then I'm seeing a baby, and then Spirit showed me a couple near a cruise ship or some type of big boat. So it's like something major is coming in. If it's not this person, moving towards them or being open towards this is going to lead you to your one. Definitely marriage is for you. Like, that's clear. And I'm seeing a male child. That's what I'm saying. That's a little scary. Like, let me know, because that was a little specific as far as, like, the couple I'm seeing. Like, the two people that Spirit is showing me that are getting married or whatever. If that fits your description and that person, let me know, because that's a little interesting. Let me know. He gives me, like, those, I don't know why I'm being guided to say this, but this person gives me, like, the, they call them the beard gang type of guys or whatever. He doesn't have to look like this man, but I'm seeing this guy from, what is it, the Black Ink show, the Chicago one. It's that really big. He's dark skinned. He always has a drama with his baby mama or whatever on there. He's like kind of thick and muscular. I'm seeing somebody that kind of resembles him, but he doesn't have to look like that, but for some reason it's showing me that type. And yeah, now I'm seeing the woman that's like fair skinned. She's a little opposite of him. She's a little more petite. She has really big curly hair. So I don't know. That's what I'm seeing. It's interesting. Let me know if that makes sense, if that resonates. Okay. Yeah, that was your only question. Okay. So much love to you. And I'm going to move on to Miss Jessica. And all right, Miss Jessica, let's see what's going on with you. Okay, what messages does Spirit have for you about this person that you have on your mind? Greetings, Angela. All right, let's see. All right, divine. Most High God, what is the messages you have? All right, I'm seeing two people. Like it looks like you and the other person. It's like a door that splits between the two of you, but your backs, like both of your backs, are towards the door. But your arms, like your hands, are like behind. Like your one of your arms is behind you and it's touching each other's hand. Like you're holding hands behind this door. So it's like a door is seemingly closed, but there's still it's still an attachment. It's still a connection that's still there. Either of you have let go. That door, um, it's like they're on one side of the door. So you might have energetically closed this person out of your life, but you still have an attachment to them. Um, this person still has some type of attachment towards you as well because they're both holding hands. Your backs are turned towards the door, but you guys are holding, like, one of your arms are wrapped, touching the other's hand, if that makes sense. I hope you know what I'm saying, like how I'm seeing it. Um, I don't feel like you're ready to let go of this person. There's still some holding on. I feel like Spirit's telling you to pay attention to how you really feel and like why it is maybe that you're either holding on or you feel like you're unable to close some type of door when it comes to this person, whether it's permanently closing them out or just moving forward in a new chapter and just leaving that where it's at, even if that means um, you're still holding space for that person, but you're just open to moving forward. I feel like Spirit is saying for you to ask yourself, why is that? Why is it that you're still, there? Mm. Yeah, it's kind of like you're not ready to sever the ties or the cords with this person. Um, or what was in the past, because the door is shut there's something that's shut on this for a reason. It's almost like if you feel like you're not able to see what's before you or what's ahead, it's because your energy is still kind of in limbo with the past. Therefore, you're not able to fully sense or like how to move forward. So I hope this is making sense because this is what they're showing. Like I'm just trying to make sense of what I'm being shown. Okay, so yeah, let me move on because I don't know if that's making sense, but let me know if that makes sense to you. What messages does Spirit have for you about the energy? About the energy shift that you've been feeling. The energy shift that you're feeling is, I feel like that's okay. That makes sense. So I feel like it's connected to like this beginning or this forward energy, just energy. It's like something almost because the scene that Spirit initially showed me was like where the doors are. It's kind of dark. It's not like light in there. So it's almost like you're still in like a shadow phase where you haven't fully stepped into something new, but the energy, the essence of something is pulling at you. You're not able to fully feel it out or see into it because it's like you're still connected to something in the past, whether it's something in relation to this person or the person yourself. Like you're stuck in that when spirit is telling you to move forward, whether it be with or without this person, but there's something that you're being I heard initiated. You're being guided and encouraged to move towards. You're not being forced to. It's not something that's being forced upon you, but it's an essence or an energy that's around you that's like leading you to something new. And it's unknown to you. You can't see it. It's like dark. It's like a shadow energy. You can't see, if that makes sense. So I feel it's more so of like a forward movement energy, a forward like new energy, stepping into something new. You're in between this past energy, this shadow energy versus this energy that's pulling you to a new direction in life, or a new chapter in life, or just something else that you're supposed to be putting your energy towards, but you're not being forced to. It's kind of like a subtle it's like a wind. I'm feeling it's like a wind. So energy, like spirits moving, but it's not forceful, if that makes sense. Okay. So, yeah, I hope that made sense. I hope that resonated with you. And I'm going to move on to Miss Tyonna. Miss Tyonna wanted to donate a question to someone. So if there's anyone on here that's watching that did not purchase a reading this week, if you would like to stick around, I will donate it for you. I'm just not seeing that. So thank you, Miss Tyonna. I appreciate you for doing that. Let me make note of it, because if not, if no one's on here, I'll save it for next week. So I appreciate you for doing that. I love when you guys are so kind towards the other viewers. Alright, so let's see. Is joining this specific thing a great investment for you? If there's something with money that you are, if something with money that you feel concerned about, pay attention to that. Like some type of concern with, like, let's say for instance, like you don't trust someone, or you're questioning, okay, is it trustworthy to work with this person, or it's some type of what do you call it, suspicion rather, I would use my discernment with that, because that's there for a reason. Because I'm seeing a man, like a man here is like he's handling the money, and you're standing there with your hands out, kind of like with attitude. So I feel like pay attention to that. If there's any type of suspicion when it comes to money, or a funny feeling, or you're not completely trusting of something or someone, it doesn't have to be a specific person. It could be, you know, the company or the entity of that organization, or whatever this is, something with money. Okay, so when it comes to your music career, how soon will that take off? I'm gonna be honest, and again, like I be telling people, I do not like giving times and dates, but if it comes through, cool, I'll go with it. But I heard 3 to 4 years, 4 stood out to me, but 3 to 4 years I'm seeing. And that's funny because I did a daily message this week, and I seen that number 3 to 4, and I didn't know what that means. Um, but something with 3 to 4, like it's something with that that's building in that time. Um, but for some reason, I'm seeing 3 to 4. That stood out to me. Okay, are these two people in question, are they the key for your music success? They're going to help you. They're stepping stones, but how your career is going to take off, it's not going to be credit due to these people per se. Like they're not going to be uh like a how do I say it? It's a good example. I don't know. What's that producer? Those two producers from like they produced Janet Jackson, one of Janet Jackson's albums, and they produced one of New Edition's. I think it's Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, something like that. I could be wrong. I know one of them definitely names Terry Lewis, but I can't remember what the other one's name is. They're not going to be able to take credit for something that blows up for you. I feel like this is like um, a divine door that's gonna open for you. Like nobody is gonna be able to be like, oh yeah, it's like take credit for that. There's stepping stone, like there's something connected with them that is a stepping stone, but they're not going to be um that door. It's something divine about it. There nobody's gonna be able to take credit for this. And I get this message a lot for people, especially those people that are like gifted and stuff like that, and they have um, divine backing, kind of like chosen to share their gifts with people. They're not exploiting it. It's not for money. It's not for fame and all of that. They're not gonna have record labels and oh so and so discovered me and all of that. That's going to be the thing that other people take credit for. It's going to be God that takes credit for how things pop off, if that makes sense. So I hope that I don't know. Took me 5 years to explain that, but I hope that makes sense. Um, oh no. Is this person really, oh no. Is this person really plotting to destroy you? Mm. Anything that's not sent from the divine is sent to destroy you. I just want to say that. If it's not of God, if it's not divine, if it's not feeding you spiritually in a positive light, then it is something that is sent to destroy you, whether they know what their assignment is that they're doing that or not. I be telling people there is no grace when it comes to spirit and how spirit works, how God works, and how the enemy works. There's no black and white. Like the enemy causes confusion, but the thing about the divine, the most high, the divine does not cause confusion. So if a person is simple, if a person's not feeding you spiritually good things, they're not supporting you, they're actually destroying your life by hurting you mentally and emotionally, causing you anxiety, causing you heartache, they are not for you. They're not for you. So, in essence, yes, they are destroying you. They're not feeding you. Yeah, they're taking away from you. They are sent maybe by something greater to destroy you. Some people might be like, oh, that's so far-fetched, but it's true. Spirit sends us things and people, if they're not for us, if they're not for our highest good, they're sent to distract us, to destroy us, to tear us off of our path. So to answer your question, yeah. I don't feel like he's blatantly doing it on purpose, like, like that's their mission, a conscious mission of theirs, an intentful mission. But spiritually, if a person is not in their divinity, they can be used by other forces. If they're not in their divinity and they're living in their ego, they're living in, their BS, yes, they can be used to destroy people. Of course. Is this person mentally ill? This person is definitely wounded. Not to get too spiritual on people, but if we are like the time and the energy that we're at right now, I'm seeing it a lot. If you're not taking accountability for your actions and your healing and the embetterment of your spirit, of your soul, you're not seeking something divine to heal you or to help you. You're not seeking to be a better person, and you're making excuses for a lifestyle, or you're still doing the same things that you used to do. You're not dealing with your wounds. You're not dealing with your trauma. it will manifest into mental illness. It's gonna be like those energies. They're actually spiritual things. They're spirits. So orphan spirits. You know, this person could deal with inner child issues that can manifest as an orphan spirit. If this person has a spirit of perversion, you know, they can't stop cheating, they can't stop sleeping with this one and that one. They have a spirit of lying. They're always telling lies and lying on people, and they're going to cause, like, I don't know how to explain it, but like the days that we're in, either you are on the side of righteousness, which is being aligned and being right within self and right with others, or you on the other side, and you might as well be a part of the Walking Dead. You might as well just be a walking zombie. So to answer your question, in deeper levels, yes, this person is ill, spiritually ill. I will say, not just mentally ill; they're spiritually ill, because I don't feel like this person is dealing with their trauma. And there's no disrespect to that person, but it's just, it is what it is. So I hope that made sense. I didn't mean to go into all of that, but you know, I feel like it needs to be said, and if someone needed to hear that as well, that's why it's so important that people focus on their healing processes. They just don't let things just sit and dwell in their energy field, in their bodies, in their temples. Bitterness, unforgiveness, jealousy, shame, guilt, like carrying all of that pain and stuff, it starts to manifest into things, sicknesses, illnesses. Those are spirits. So we're spiritual beings first. People like to say that because it sounds cute, but when we talk about spirits and we talk about demons and stuff like that, and angels and demons, and we talk only about the angels because it's cute, but we don't go to the other side of things. In this day and age, I'm going to just say this, it's a divine judgment on all of us. We got to get right within ourselves, because if not, we're going to be accountable for those things that we have not dealt with. A lot of things that I'm seeing, I'm not saying this just loosely. So whoever's watching this is for you too. If it resonates, or maybe it'll help you understand something going on around you with people around you. But the things that I've been seeing, how people have been losing their lives, people are um, dealing with things and being exposed and stuff like that. You want to be right within yourself and right with the divine, with your creator, because people are, if you're still acting in your demons, you're going to cause your own demise. If you are doing things that you know are good for your spirit, you're putting yourself in a position of just whatever to happen, until you make a choice to shift and change your lifestyle, your circumstances, your mindset. You're going to have to deal with the consequences of those things. There's young men losing their lives because they still want to align themselves with street life. It could be a man that may not have a gun. He may not be somebody that kills people and steals and robs people, but he hangs out with people like that. And God's telling him, or something in his spirit is telling him not to deal with these types of people, not to dwell or hang out with these people. But oh, these are my boys, these are my homies. He's most likely the one that's going to end up dead, because he's been warned and he knows better. And that's not his truth, that's not his path, but he's choosing something that's not for him. So that's just an example. Yeah, spirit is not playing with anybody. Just where we're at, it's not a time to play around with nothing. And it's not to scare you, but it's just, you got to take spiritual responsibility for yourself. And why we have to heal and stuff, we can't blame our moms and dads for this and that, what happened. We can say, okay, yeah, I acknowledge that this happened to me as a child, or this person hurt me, or this and that hurt me. But it's up to me to pick up the pieces, and for me to heal my own self, and to move on with my life, and to be better within myself. Otherwise, I'm just going to be walking miserably through life, blaming everybody, not healing, dealing with all of these demons, and I haven't, cleansed myself of these things. I haven't made right with myself. You're not going to be at peace. The place that we're at also spiritually, because where we're at in this spiritual space, in this 3D reality, is a lot of people are seeing now. You can't say that you don't see or you don't know. You can't. Can't say that you don't know or you don't see. Like sometimes, yeah, we might need understanding of what we're seeing and what's going on, but you can't say that you don't see what's going on anymore. Things are being revealed. So deal with yourself. It's like Bird Box. That was like a metaphor. The Bird Box movie, that was like people could not handle what they were seeing and they were like killing themselves off. It was too much. It was driving them mad. So they didn't want to take the blindfold off. They didn't want to see what was really going on. Shoot, hell, the show Walking Dead, I feel like is a metaphor itself. I don't feel like it's literally like a disease that's gonna cause humans to break out and be walking zombies. I feel like it's a sickness of spiritual sickness of people just dead souls, just beings just walking around. Um, you know, take what what stands out, what resonates, but that's just what I'm being guided to say. So I'm going to move on to Miss Samantha. Okay, let's see, Miss Samantha. 56. 10. Okay. All right. Obtaining a new job. Samantha. Okay. I feel like spirit is, I'm hearing the word concentrate or consecration. Consecration is like a process of making something divine and sacred, preparing it for something greater, a greater purpose. So you're in a period of consecration, and that's not a fun process to be in. It's very pressuring. It's very painful. Um, it's a lot of pressure on a person. So you could be in a period of pressure. You could be feeling tight with where you're at, feeling like, okay, uncomfortable where you are, wanting to come out of a space because you've outgrown certain things in spaces, whether it's the job specifically or if it's not a job specifically, then it's just where you're at energetically with yourself and where you're at with your life. So spirit's putting you through this like this energy for a reason, because it's like spirit's preparing you not just for a new job. I don't feel like it's just a new job. I feel like it's to put you on a path of something that really is a purpose to you and others. It's not just like just getting a job here, getting a job there. It's a purpose to it. So there's a reason why you're growing through what you're growing through. So don't look at it as you're in a period of punishment or just bad things, or you're never going to get a job or anything like that. But I feel like spirit's preparing you for something different and something greater, if that makes sense. That was the first word that came to mind, was consecration. That is where you're at. And again, like consecration is a process of making something sacred, something of divine use and purpose for a divine assignment or divine purpose. So I hope that makes sense. I didn't even really need to get into that any further. If you want to be practical about it, I'm not getting like dates and timing and, oh, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. This is your period and where you're at. I will say this. The period of consecration, most of us may be in that period right now. I know that I am. It is definitely a test of patience. Patience, I'm learning, is not about waiting, but how we respond to our waiting process, how we handle the wait. Our mindset about waiting. Are we going to be in a place of expectancy, positive while we wait, making use of our wait, being productive in our wait, healing ourselves during our wait, praying and manifesting in our wait, or are we going to be like sad and upset and complaining and you know what I mean? So it's a choice. So that's what I'm getting. All right. Okay, I'll go back to you, Monica. You're welcome, Samantha. Greetings, Tyonna. Greetings. I just did yours. I don't know if you saw it. I kind of went on a little tangent, but I feel like it was for like whoever was meant to hear it also. But your timestamp was 41:30 if you want to go back and watch it. 41:30. So I'm gonna jump back to Monica because she's on here, and then I'll jump back into the order where we left off. So let me check my email, Monica, real quick. Okay. Where we at? 60. Okay. You're welcome. I hope you enjoy it. I kind of went in a little bit. Okay. What do you need to know right now? This is Monica's message. What do you need to know right now? I feel like you have a lot of things on your mind, and I feel like you are either trying to get clarity about the things that are on your mind, or your mind is like focused on many different things that you feel like you need to clear up in your life. Rubber duckies, every time, like whenever God shows me like a vision of a rubber ducky, I'll take that as like a sign of healing, or some type of cleansing, purification. All right, so what do you need to know? Okay. I'm hearing you have not because you ask not. So anything that you need or want, whether it's in regards to clarity, an answer, something more like physical, like tangible, in the physical. God is saying like you don't have the things that you want because you're not asking for them. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing. Um, hmm. Yeah, it's like you have to kind of be bold with what you're seeking, what you're asking, what it is that you want to clarify in your life. Like be bold, be confident in what you're asking. That's what I'm hearing. Mm. Yeah, ask. Do more like direct asking and boldness. It's not like you're not pulling spirit's arm, be like, hey, I need to know. But it's like, be real, be straight up. Like, I need this. God, I need this. I need this clarity about this. I would like to know about this. Like, be bold and straight forward. Um, that's what I'm getting with that. I don't know if that made sense, but it's pretty like in your face. I don't know. How would your parents react slash feel about you dating this specific person? How would they feel and how would they react? I feel like I'm not getting anything specific other than for some reason I'm seeing somebody pulling cards. Like it looks like, how people like they take their tarot cards and they go like this, like spread it out. I don't feel like that's literal, but like someone in your family is very discerning, like spiritually discerning, can read people, energetically read them. Like they might, they don't have to necessarily call themselves a psychic or an intuitive or anything like that, but they are gifted to where they can tap into people's energy. They're very discerning of people. So somebody is gonna read into this person like, they're like giving you the opportunity to like figure out if this person is a good guy or not. Like, Spirit is showing me cards, and I'm not even pulling no. Like, y'all see, there's no cards. For some reason, in my mind's eye, I see a person with a card deck spread out. They pulled the Devil, and they pulled the Hangman card. So it's kind of like they're allowing you to figure this out or experience it on your own to see if this is someone that is worth your time. I don't feel like they're going to be like intervening into that. They're going to allow you to, like, I don't feel like they're going to get in the way of it. But whoever I'm picking up on is somebody that can read people's energy. Shoot, I don't know. Somebody in your family might pull cards or play, like, you know, use tarot. I don't know why I'm seeing that. But I don't see them being having much of an opinion at all, good or bad. It's kind of like they're just allowing you to do you, if that makes sense. Allowing you to experience this connection without them being in the way of it. But they are going to keep their eye on this person, or they're just feeling this person's energy out. Because their thing is, I don't know, for some reason I'm getting this, like, if this person is not good for you, that they're going to tell on themselves anyway. Get them their own selves caught up. That's what I'm getting. I don't know if that makes any sense. Yeah. That's all I'm getting. Okay. Alright, let me know if that made any type of sense. And I'm going to move on to Miss Latoya. And your timestamp is 67. Nova. Oh, Ali. I didn't know you were in here. Is there anything going on with your daughter that you should be concerned about? I would say this. Don't get into paranoia or nothing like that. Don't get into no type of paranoia. But any type of concern with your children, always take heed with that. Yeah. I heard uncomfortable. Like, I just seen, like, it looks like a little girl, but I heard, like, a scream and they ran. So it's like something with uncomfortability. They may be like in a place of not being comfortable with where things are, or they're not comfortable with someone, or they don't like someone. Because this person, whoever they are, is holding this child. Like, they screamed and they ran away from this person. That could be a metaphor for something. Just pay attention to something with irritability or uncomfortableness. Your daughter doesn't have to be a child, but it's something with, like, that innocence or inner child energy. Like, children are very expressive. So innocence, what I meaning, like, real pure and energy, like, they'll tell you the truth. So even if they're not a child, like a physical, like a little girl, it's something with, like, purity, innocence. I keep hearing uncomfortable and irritable. That could be, like, your sign of something, like what you're asking for. signs of irritability or some type of uncomfortable energy. That's what I keep picking up. Spirit is saying like you need to trust yourself. It's someone or something that they dislike, or they're at odds with someone. And again, like I keep getting the word uncomfortable, irritability, but uncomfortable stands out the most. So, I mean, above all else, the best thing that you can do is go straight to the source and ask her, um, you know, if possible, is there anything going on with you? But Spirit is saying to listen to your intuition. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. Yeah. You want to get out? Hold on. Hold on, baby. I'll let you out. Okay. All right, we back. Next person on the list is Anonymous, and you know who you are. Okay. All right, Anonymous. What does this specific person think about you? What does this specific coworker think about you? I don't know why I'm being shown a zebra. That's interesting. Excuse me. I don't know what zebras represent. I'm trying to remember, but they feel like there's something about you that's like, well, obviously black and white. So it's no confusion. Like they might feel like you're a person, like a strict personality, or just like you have certain set ways or personality traits. Like there's no confusion about who you are, what you're about, at least in their eyes, and how they perceive you. This person may, like, where they're getting this from is like how you speak about things, or how you talk, or the things that you talk about, or how you say things. Like they pay attention to that. That's where they're getting this perception from. They don't feel like you're someone easy to approach. Let me see why zebras come up. Let me look at my book. I'm about to look up what zebras mean. Okay, it says agility. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Brings success. Agility, not strength, will bring success now. Do not confront unless there is no other choice. Work around problems and obstacles. Okay. So that could be like a personal message to you rather than what this person thinks about you, per se. So it's kind of like Spirit is saying rather than trying to like approach a situation or an issue or a problem, it's kind of like take the high road with that. So it could be connected to this person or something else. Um, I don't know why the zebra came up. I would look more into that if you feel led to do that. But that doesn't really make sense to what I'm picking up as far as like this person. I feel like that's a personal message for you. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. How will you and your next person come about, like come to find one another? Okay, like spirit, like God is not showing me nothing about that. Like there's nothing coming up with that. What I am seeing, like in relation to that question, is like your energy. You do have to work on something with yourself. It's like something about your, in order for you and this person to come together and align, you guys have to be a match. There's like your energy is bright enough to attract people, but you want to attract the person that's for you. So I feel like it's with something with your discernment. That's one thing. Because I'm seeing something with the third eye. So that represents your discernment, like your intuition, your guidance. You also have to have like a supernatural perspective on things, because you could be, as some people say, like you either are carnal or you are supernatural. So let's use, for instance, people will say with their carnal minds, like, oh, she could never find anybody because she doesn't go out. You know, she doesn't date multiple people. She'll never be able to find her one because she doesn't even leave the house. But supernatural says that one day you can just like walk outside of your house in your driveway and meet your one across the street because he just moved in. You know what I mean? Or, you know, something way more miraculous than that. But the carnal, the practical side of things will have you believe that, oh, you can't because of this. There's something about your perspective on things that needs to be more supernatural based. It's not telling you to be foolish. It's not telling you to be delusional, overzealous about things that you can't see, but it's just saying to open up to the fact that miraculous things can happen, that there's so many infinite possibilities in the universe. The divine spirit, the like God of all things, is infinite. So it's something that spirit is saying more so that you got to work on, and even to be aligned with that person. I hope that makes sense. Um, what impression do you give off or give to your police coworkers? Seem cordial. Um, Cordial, just to yourself. Um, Nothing personal. There's no personal energy. Just like polite and cordial, respectful. So what I'm seeing is this, and I don't know why this is coming. I think I've seen this for you before. This is weird. Anyway, what I'm seeing is like police at a door. They almost look like security guards, and they're guarding a door. And this girl is coming out of the door, and she's smiling, she's waving or something. And she's just like she's walking fast past them. She's just greeting them and moving on about her life. So the impression of you that they don't have much to go off of other than that, but what I'm seeing is like they do see you as someone that is polite and cordial, but you just go on about your way. Like there's nothing extra about it. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm not getting anything bad. You know what I mean? Or a lot of detail of like, yeah, she's this and she's that and blah blah blah. But the impression of you is like cordial or polite, just to yourself, in your own focus on you. Like there's no, you're not distracted, you're not overly sociable, if that makes sense. But I'm not seeing it as a bad thing. um I don't know if you have social anxiety or you're very self-conscious or something, but if that is something that you do resonate with, um, that could be one of the things also that, you know, needs some work, needs some healing too as well. So like you could just be free flowing in your energy, just free, open, so your light beams to the one, you know, being in that place of the one. Not just for them, but for you, of course. But yeah, that's what I'm getting with that. Um, your last question, why, wait, why are you less approached than your other? Okay. I'm seeing a woman with her arms crossed and she's pouting. So that could be like how you feel. Kind of like disappointed or why them, not me type thing. But I'm not seeing this as a bad thing. I'm not seeing it as a bad, like, I'm getting it's more so you. It's not anything bad why this is like not happening. I do feel like partially it has something to do with how open you are to others. Um, Another thing I'm getting is it's almost like this. Like the best way I can describe this is like, do you even want to even be approached by these people, or is it just the fact of just being approached? Period. So it's kind